The Utah Jazz and the Atlanta Hawks here. What a ball game it was for the Jazz. And the Jazz, they're on fire now, winning 5 in a row here. They win this one 116-92. They improve to 8-4. And the Hawks' struggles continue here. They fall to 5-9 in this one. Clint Capella, though, he had a good game for Atlanta, and he's been solid so far in fantasy basketball. And for the Hawks, he missed the first few games of the season with injury, but now he's back on track as Capella. He's playing well. 16 points, 11 rebounds, 8 of 9 shooting in this one for Capella. So he's been great this season. He's a walking double-double, and the only concern with him is going to be health. But if he's healthy, he's going to have a good season for fantasy owners. So hopefully they held on to him after some early season struggles and the injury. Cam Reddish, a good game again here. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 8 of 13 from the floor, and 4 for 5 from 3. So Cam Reddish, there's going to be some nights where he's going to be the third or fourth option on this Atlanta team. And then some nights here where he has a good ball game. And in this one, 20 points, that's a good game here for Reddish. He added the 4 threes, and he's a player that should be owned in 12-team leagues or deeper. And he's been starting since game 1 for Atlanta, and that's not going to change anytime soon. DeAndre Hunter, 14 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. 6 of 13 shooting for Hunter. So Hunter, 28 minutes of play. He's going to be one of the main men over here for Atlanta the rest of the season. Even if Gallinari comes back soon, I don't think it makes an impact on Hunter's game play and starting time for this team. Because DeAndre Hunter, he was good last season. This season, he's good again. And right now, the Hawks, they believe in him, and they're playing him major minutes, even though in this one, this game got out of hand. He only played 28, but he's a good fantasy player. And so far, one of the best pickups this year in fantasy basketball. John Collins, he had an off game in this one. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for the forward Collins. 5 for 11 from the field and 0 for 3 from downtown. But Collins, he's definitely the real deal. Last season, he averaged a double-double, and this season, he's doing more of the same. Even with a bad game like this, I'm very high on Collins. I think he's going to be great, and he's a player you could count on your fantasy team. Trae Young, the struggles have continued mightily ever since Steve Nash said he wasn't a fan of Trae Young, the way he draws fouls versus the Nets 2 or 3 weeks ago. Young stats, they've totally dipped off. In this one, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 of 11 from the field. So Trae Young, many owners like me, took him in the back end of the first round, and right now he's not producing those numbers. He's struggling mightily. The 3 weeks is Trae Young, and hopefully he could bounce back, because if he could struggle, your fantasy team's going to struggle most likely when you took Trae Young in the first round and he's not delivering those type of numbers you expect from him. Solomon Hill, 24 minutes of play, 2 points, 2 assists. He didn't do much in this one, and he has no value. Kevin Huerter, 21 minutes of play, 10 points, a rebound, 2 assists. In deepest of leagues, he's worth an own. And Rajon Rondo came back in this one, 18 minutes, 2 assists. But I don't think Rondo will play much of the season or be much of a factor for fantasy owners. Now to the Jazz, Rudy Gobert, he bounced back with a nice double-double in this one. 15 points, 13 rebounds, and assists, 6 of 7 from the field and 3 for 6 from the line. So Gobert, he's a good ball player. He had a couple struggles the last few weeks, but in this one, he bounced back. He got back on track, and hopefully he can continue to do this now and be solid the rest of the season is Gobert. He's still ranked in the top 50 in fantasy basketball, but the last couple games he was struggling, and you just want to see that free throw percentage go up. Royce O'Neal, decent game in this one. 7 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 or 3 from the field, and he hit a 3. O'Neal was a recommended add this week at the forward position, but he's been struggling mightily the last few games is O'Neal. In this one, 7 points, not bad, but he's just not doing much of anything. So if there's better options on your waiver wire at this time, I would go out there and drop O'Neal. Donovan Mitchell, Spider, he's back into midseason form, and another good game for him here. 26 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 of 20 from the field for Mitchell, 6 for 10 from 3. He's getting better at the 3-point line. His field goal percentage is starting to go up, and on the season, he's averaging about 25 points per game is Mitchell. So he got his big contract, and he's playing like a big-time fantasy player here for fantasy owners. And for the Jazz, Bojan Bogdanovic, another decent game here, and he's improved over the last few weeks. After the early season struggles, he was having trouble shooting the basketball. But in this one, 17 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, 6 of 12 from the field, and 3 for 5 from downtown. So Bojan, as long as his shot's going down and he's scoring, he'll have fantasy value because he don't do much of anything else except help you in free throw percentage, 3-pointers made, and some points. Mike Conley, another pretty good game for him. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 of 10 from the field, and 2 for 4 from 3. So Conley, he's been pretty good this season so far, and he was drafted in most leagues in the 7th or 8th round area. In this game, he had a good one. 8 assists were nice to see from Conley as well. And hopefully he keeps up these numbers, about 15 and 6 or 7 a game. And that's very solid for a guy you got in the later rounds of your draft. Jordan Clarkson, he had another good game off the bench. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He was a recommended add at the guard position off waivers this week was Clarkson. And he's been delivering for owners and the Jazz. And he added 4 threes in 12 attempts. Just the only thing with him, his field goal percentage was down in this game. Zhang, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He don't have value. Derek Favors, 13 minutes, 2 points, 5 rebounds. He don't have value either. So that's the Atlanta Hawks at the Utah Jazz box score and fantasy basketball recap.